Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Victor Fernandez, and tonight I will be giving you an informative speech on how I theorize that they made the pyramids of Giza. This is my audience. Okay, so we've all heard that gossip. Questions like, the aliens made the pyramids, or how could humans move those tons of rock, or how could they have lifted them up? I was one of those people that didn't try and research it myself. I just believed what the TV said. After doing my research, I found some interesting theories out. These theories made me rethink the possibilities that our ancestors could have actually made these world wonders. When I was 16, I was watching these shows telling me we couldn't have done it without help. I was getting sucked in more and more every time I watched these shows. And why? Because I didn't do my research. They were playing me for some ratings. So, this is where it stops. I will explain to you some other theories we have on how we think the pyramids were made, who made them, and what the purpose the pyramids had. So, how did they make these world wonders? I researched a little bit and found some interesting theories on how we think the pyramids were made. First of all, the pyramids were made on a large sandstone quarry. Sandstone was the main building material used on the pyramids, and it was 85% made of sandstone. The other 15% was limestone and granite that were brought in from a further away location. Limestone was mainly used for the exterior of the pyramid and was therefore polished, while the inside was mainly sandstone. This is why it was easier to build the pyramid since it was on a sandstone quarry. The granite was used for the chambers in which the pharaohs would reside. Granite and limestone are very heavy, hard rocks. Some say that granite is so strong that the Egyptians had no way of cutting the granite. But this is not true. They used materials like copper and sand to cut through the granite. They did this by placing sand on the granite and using the copper as a saw on top of the sand. There's proof of this in many occasions. One being that as one of the Egyptians were making the pharaoh's sarcophagus, the person sawing it accidentally started sawing at the wrong angle, therefore had to correct. Another being, there was a large obelisk being carved out of a granite rock, unfinished, where you can see the chisel marks and poundings of stone that were used mainly for general work. They used these tools made of diorite rock to pound away the granite slowly. The copper was expensive, so it was reserved for royal works like that of the sarcophagus. Okay, but how did they bring the granite in from the faraway quarry? The Egyptians used a sled to mount the granite stones on, and would attach ropes made of papyrus to pull it all the way to the pyramids. There's much proof on this, like an actual hieroglyph of the word sled, and many more depictions on the walls of them moving the granite. It was hard and long work, but doable. Now, how did they actually build the pyramids? According to a French Egyptologist and architect named Jean-Pierre Houdin, the pyramids were constructed using an internal ramp, which workers would drag the blocks through it until they reached the corners, at which time another set of workers positioned themselves to pull it up to the next ramp. There is much more support on this theory because of the amount of physical evidence that was found supporting the theory. One of them was that a French team looking for other hidden chambers conducted a full-scale gravimetric survey, also known as a big X-ray, of the Great Pyramid, in which they found the spiral formation, saying that Jean-Pierre's theory could be correct. Now you know the basic facts and theories of how they were made, or how we think they were made. Let's find out who actually made the pyramids. The pyramids were built by a family of succeeding pharaohs. Khufu, being the first one, was a pharaoh who ruled in 26th century BC. Khufu made the first and biggest pyramid, also known as the Great Pyramid of Giza, the one that most of us know. Next comes his son Khafra. His reign was of 26 years in circa 2570 BC. He made the second largest pyramid, the Pyramid of Khafra. Then we finally have the third son, or Menkaure, whose reign was of 18 to 22 years in circa 2530 BC. He made the smallest out of the three, the Pyramid of Menkaure. Alright, enough about history. So, what was their purpose? What was the Egyptians' purpose of actually building the pyramids? If you did not know, the pyramids served as burials for the pharaohs. As Egyptian legend goes, a portion of the pharaoh's ka, or as we know, spirit, was believed to remain with his corpse. We also theorize that the pyramid was also used to store items that the pharaoh would need in his afterlife, according to Egyptians. For protection, the Egyptians would have artists fashion model servants and tools which were placed in their tombs. These servants and tools were called shawabi figures. Shawabi in Egyptian meant answer. When the courtier, the pharaoh, or the person that has died, needed something, he would call upon the shawabi in the afterlife to do the work. To finish this speech off, I made this speech to give you some insight on other theories out there about the pyramids of Giza, other than they received help from green things. I went over with you how we think the pyramids were made, who made them, and what the purpose is. Now you can help inform someone else on other plausible ways the pyramids might have been made. Thanks for watching, and I'll leave you in peace. This is my audience. Alright, thank you very much, and leave comment, please.